Mujer del Año 2016. Life Coach Aracelys González, presidenta fundadora de Latinos Creciendo, del Grupo Mujeres de Éxito Internacional, de la revista Mujeres Empresarias de Arizona y de Latinos Creciendo TV.network televisión vía internet. Reconocimiento otorgado por la organización Miss Latinoamérica con motivo del Día Internacional de la Mujer por su destacado aporte en el crecimiento personal y empresarial de la comunidad latina en los Estados Unidos y el mundo. Mil felicitaciones, Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine. Siga cosechando triunfos.
Latinos Creciendo es el único show de radio de talento independiente en el estado de Arizona que recibió credenciales de prensa para la histórica visita del Papa Francisco a los Estados Unidos de septiembre 22 al 29 del 2015. En Latinos Creciendo estamos formando líderes visionarios y mujeres de éxito a nivel mundial. Motívate, empodérate, crece con Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine.
Aquí comienza su show Latinos Creciendo, con mujer de éxito Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine, el coach de la transformación. Póngase cómodo y quédese con nosotros.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to have you here with us today. So I am so excited really about the guest I have in my studio today. Welcome to Latinos Creciendo with Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine. So I have here Angie Amarillas-Mortemore, and I just want to say hello, Angie. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Yourself, Araceli?
I'm doing great, actually. So let's go straight to business, so to speak. I am very happy to have you here and being able to talk about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Arizona first, and about NSHMBA. We will explain NSHMBA because I believe not everybody understands that,
Okay.
But we are going to be talking about that. First, I am very interested in asking you, who is Angie Amarillas-Mortemore in your own words?
Okay. Hello, everybody. Gracias, Araceli. So I'm Angie Amarillas-Mortemore. I'm a native from Arizona. I was raised in Peoria. My parents were migrant workers, and for me, I believe that living here in Arizona has taught me a lot about my culture. It has taught me a lot about myself. I'm a very positive person, hardworking, and I've learned that from my parents, as they struggle through the years of working in the fields, and it's made a big impact in my life because I feel that not only growing up as Latina, I'm very honored to be around Latinas, Latinos, and to promote the growth of education, businesses. And so I would say I am one of those people that love to work with people, always happy, always being nice, and that's what has been instilled in me from my parents, and that's why I am.
That's beautiful. Whenever I find in my life somebody that is a woman and work hard and have several accomplishments, I feel proud, and I am very proud of you. It is like you bring something from your parents, and there is a beautiful history right there. And actually being a Latina is something great. I feel so good about being Latina. So any difficulty you have had just being Latina here in Arizona State?
I wouldn't say so much difficulty. There have been some obstacles. Obviously, as a Latina, you always feel like you have to maybe prove yourself, and it's always kind of hard going up the ladder because there's one thing about us as Latinas, it's our culture where it's ingrained in us. And I'll give you an example. As for myself growing up, I was one of those Latinas that my mother would say, okay, serve the children, and then the elderly, and I'm like, okay, what about us? But it's those one of the things that you learn, that you think about the values and that's instilled in you. But also, to me, I love doing that now because not only am I a powerful Latina, but also I remember where I came from, and I do respect elders. but it's something that I've learned and the tradition that I keep from my family, my grandmother. It's one of those things that you just incorporate into your everyday life.
Angie, you are Director of Business Development in the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Besides, you are the President for the, let me read this please, for the Phoenix Chapter National Society of Hispanics MBAs, NSHMBA. So how did you climb that ladder? What did you do to come so far?
Well, I think education plays a big part. Growing up, education was not really big for us. My parents, they might have been workers, and I think that's what I look at now. And I decided to go to school. I went and got my bachelor's in social work, and then eventually what I did was I went to work for the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Didn't know very much about businesses, but I will tell you one thing, and everything that happened in my life has a big impact. And I'll give you an example. So working with the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as Director of Business Development, I work with a lot of small business owners, and I've never had a business. However, I remember when my father, working the fields, he decided to work part-time at paddock pools because he wanted, something else for his family. And he wanted to, grow the family and prosper. And so he ended up doing that part-time, learned the business, and then eventually purchased a truck, got contracted, got a license, and then he was able to not work in the fields anymore. Back then, they didn't have resources like they do now. So I remember one time one of the business owners asking me, hey, your background is in social work, what do you know about businesses? And so what I said was, well, I have a personal passion. My father worked in the fields, he got his own business, didn't have much resources, and now when I have business owners come to me, I understand because I know I can make a difference because we have great benefits. What I'm saying is resources at the chamber, and one of the things that we do is prosper the businesses, and by that I mean we build relationships. We provide resources, we do business-to-business networking, we have 40 to 60 events throughout the year. We do so much at the chamber, and especially with entrepreneurs and startups, and there are so many success stories. Now, with that moving forward, what I did was, being a single mom, I couldn't attend a lot of conferences, so what I did was I started volunteering for the National Society of Hispanic MBAs, and it's an organization that helps Latinos to get tuition for the graduate degrees, and as you know, Latinos with school, the statistics are very low. We have the dropout rate is crazy. So one of the things that I did was I started volunteering. In our Phoenix chapter, we have a great board, and we do professional development, career development. We have a gala. And we do so many things to foster the academic and make sure that our Latinos get the degrees that they need, especially working in the corporate world. And that's
it's just exciting to listen all that story. You have a lot to share with us, and I am very grateful for that. So you mentioned a word, passion, and you are serving entrepreneurs, and you are serving business people to prosper their businesses. So let's talk from your perspective how important is to be passionate about whatever it is you are doing right now.
I think it's important to be passionate. It doesn't matter if you're digging a hole at the ditch, whatever job you have, and I will tell you why, because I believe that if you're diligently at what you do and you have a passion, any job is worth working for, because I believe being a positive person and also instilling the values that I grew up with, it's important because you're always going to work with people, sometimes good, sometimes bad people, however you look at it. But I believe that any job you always want to do your best because you never know who's going to be looking at you and saying, hey, that's a great worker. I think I'll approach that person, and you just don't know about the opportunities.
So the interesting thing is, in this moment, what is coming to my head is how complicated it is to try to separate Angie Amarillas-Mortemore from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and NSHMBA, now Pro-Hispanica, okay? So it is like it's a combination. It is like you are both of them. It is like you are combining both of them in your daily life. So let's make this conversation like a beautiful mixture somehow, and let's talk about both of them at the same time. Okay?
Sure. One of the things that I've learned at the chamber is that we work with business owners, but one of our pillars is education. So they very, very much support, which is Hispánica now. They've been really great about supporting our mission, our vision, but also the education part is huge, because I've actually been able to create a memo of understanding where anyone that's a member of Hispánica is able to join the chamber for half off. So I have a great support system at the chamber. So we work, hand in hand, because what we're doing is we're educating our business owners, our future leaders of tomorrow. And having a scholarship program at the chamber helps a lot, and having entrepreneurs, having resources, having trainings. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I can go on and the things we do at the chamber. So I'm very proud to say that it goes hand in hand. And that's what you need, the support system, because we're all going to the same direction, taking different paths, but educating our future leaders for tomorrow.
Everything is about education, definitely. I remember being in my country, Colombia, by the way, and learning English. So I know here people that has been living like for 30, 35 years, and they don't speak any English. So it was helpful for me to begin when I was in my country. Now being here, I have this strong, beautiful accent, which I embrace, but at least I didn't come here to learn the first words of the vocabulary, So this morning, let me share this with you. I was walking the property, and suddenly I saw one of my clients, and she was coming with some flowers, some beautiful flowers. So I looked at her and I said, "Good morning, what a beautiful flowers you bring." And she looked at me and she said, "Those are for you." So I was surprised first, and right away began to experience happiness and gratefulness, all this stuff. And she said, "Because you have helped me a lot." So I was thinking, you are paying me to do this. This is what you are expecting me to do to help you, right? But she was expressing gratitude. I would like to ask you, because I am sure there has been too many moments like this, when somebody comes to you unexpectedly and tells you, "Angie, thank you for all you have done for me. And this is the gasoline, like the gasoline for the motor of the car to continue to work." Do you remember any special moment like that when you were approached by someone that you helped in the past and it was just expressing gratitude to you?
Yes, I have. I actually have experienced that with our members at the chamber, especially the startups that came to me and came to the chamber and said, "I would like to start a business. How do I do it?" And then a year later you find out that they're becoming successful because of the fact that you have provided the resources for them, that you've connected them with radio stations, with the newspaper to promote them, and also to help them with capital access and give them those resources and just get them connected. And that has meant a lot, especially, they're starting and all of a sudden it's like, wow, they're everywhere, their name's everywhere. And that has been really, really rewarding for me, because they've come back and said, "You know what? This has happened because of the chamber, and we have so many success stories." To me, that's amazing.
So what the chamber can do for somebody beginning their business specifically?
Well, what we do is identify where you're at, what is it that you're looking for, and then we talk about, do you want to expand, and is this a good fit? And so we try to help you to meet other business owners so they can talk to you and see what are the obstacles. And one of the things that we've noticed is a lot of our business owners, there's 4 core areas that they always say they're lacking in: business basics, how to get their books in order; technology; financial wellness, which is for succession planning; and getting certified. minority certified. So a lot of them have those obstacles because they don't know where to turn, and due to the fact that we have adopters research, we can definitely help them, because this is how we get all our information, our surveys, our research, because we understand the needs. And that's why as we partner with different companies, we are able to connect them so they can get that information, but also build and prosper their business. But the key thing is the relationship building.
The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has been here for more than 60 years.
Correct.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
What a great satisfaction. What has happened exactly in that long time?
You know, I think a lot has happened, and I've only been there 3.5 years, so what I can say is we are the healthiest and the strongest we've ever been. I believe that we have over 70 corporate partners, we have amazing companies, we have 40 to 60 events throughout the year. And so one of the things that I see is it's all about not only working with our members, retaining them and keeping them engaged. We do promise engagement because we do one-on-ones after they come in. We don't just say, okay, you're a member and then you're on your own. It doesn't work that way. We definitely work with you. We monitor, you know, your presence, your process, your links. We do, you know, especially your social media is huge. That's one of the things that we're really big on, because with Facebook, we make sure we blast your success, but also the fact that you can upload all your events in a community calendar, and we definitely promote you, and that's huge, especially for business owners.
And takes a lot of time also to build something as strong as the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is. So I can see every day like a lot of activity. I receive my emails, and in this very moment you are promoting the summit. Is there a summit, the 23rd and the 24th of July?
Yes, I don't have it kind of from me, but yes, definitely we work with the Business Diversity Summit. We work with the Minor Business Development Center that's operated through the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. But definitely we have events coming up. We have the Bud Shootout Golf Tournament.
Example. Do you have any information available?
You know, I don't have it in front of me, but definitely I will send you that information.
Okay, because it would be very interesting, right?
It is, and you can also find our links on our
afraid of growing?
No, we want to make sure that we cover all our areas.
I was. It's beautiful.
Share the same interests, but also it's not about competition. This is about expanding, and this is about making sure that Arizona grows as a whole, and that is our ultimate goal, is to work with everybody, so make it a happy state.
That's really good and really interesting. I want to remind you that in Latinos Creciendo we are helping people to become visionary leaders and successful women around the world. That's what we are doing here. So every week on Tuesdays we have one guest here in my studio, and we use their information, their background, their experiences to motivate everybody out there, to give you like that insight that every single person needs to move on. And being very comfortable in your house, you are able to access this information, because after the show, when the time comes, we just provide everybody with the link, and this is really important. So we seriously believe we are doing something really important here in Latinos Creciendo, and we are helping you no matter where you are. So today we are focused on this amazing lady here with us, but most of the times it's people from all other countries coming through the phone line to our show. So very happy definitely to have you here, Angie, telling us and sharing with us about how amazing the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is. There is a lot of people that doesn't know about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and there is a lot of people that, even knowing, don't access to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce? What is the motivation you have for all those people that is out there and still don't get close to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce?
I think it's important to research what companies do. For instance, business owners, but one of the things that is crucial is to making those connections. Where do you make those connections? Well, we at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we see that every day. One of the things that I do in one of our senior business development is we go out there and we make presentations. We go to Mesa, we work with other chambers, we do memo of understanding. So, for instance, like the Peoria Chamber of Commerce, we're doing an MOU where their members can join our membership for half off. So we make sure that we connect, because a lot of times people are afraid. They're thinking, well, do I have to speak Spanish? I'm not Latino. It doesn't work that way. We work at all the chambers. We partner with sister partners. We go ahead and do joint community events. We also we try to put it on in our newsletter, all the information that we have. And obviously we have so much information, but it's about connecting. Get connected with people that you feel are making a difference in Arizona. And the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is doing that. And not be afraid. Go out and say, this is what I want to do. I need help. You always, business owners, I feel that asking for help, it's okay to ask, because we're here to serve you.
And definitely we have more opportunities when we ask. Angie, it is amazing to know that we are not alone in this, because there is a lot of things to learn, especially when we are beginning a business. And there is a lot of obstacles to surpass, so to speak, because you just find rocks on the floor and suddenly you fall down, and you need that person helping you to stand up strong again. And that is, in my opinion, what the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce does for everybody out there. And I am pretty sure there is hundreds and hundreds of testimonies about the beautiful activity that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has developed for the last 60 years. That's huge. That's ginormous, so to speak, in a very informal way. So let's go, for example, to what is the best that have happened to you while being in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, which you said is for the last 3 years and a half?
The best thing that's happened is I've learned a little bit more about myself, understanding that I didn't know anything about business owners, but now I do. I feel like I can go to corporations and talk a little bit to businesses and talk a little bit about what we do. But the best thing is that we all work together, we share the love. And one of the things that I like is that we have people come in and people want to get engaged with companies, corporations, or person. We do that. We make sure that we give you that freedom to connect with other people. And one of the best things to highlight is that I have been so very well connected to the fact that people have approached me and they know we're doing great things at the chamber, but also the fact that I've gotten a couple of accomplishments in terms of the National Bank of Arizona being one of our members, and Phoenix Suns. I was actually awarded Amazing Women of the Year. So people have actually come out and looked at the community, put out there in the community, and that speaks in volumes. And also the National Black Society of Engineers, where they've come and gave me an award. I did a presentation for them. So those are the things that I can honestly say have made a huge difference in my life, and it's part of being at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and I'm very grateful to be working there.
What do you think is the key of your success? Because you are a very successful woman, and having these two positions in the community is a power also. Power for me is the ability to have whatever you need to help others. Some people doesn't use that power in a very positive way. They use it in a very negative way. But you are one of the people using it in a very good way. What is the key of your success?
I believe the key to success is believing in yourself. And working at the chamber, I've learned to believe in myself because you get praises. You get one of the things that we do is everybody works together as a team, and you have those days where you wonder where.
We are talking with the Director of Business Development from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and I'm going to invite you to go to a very small section of commercials. We will be back in a moment.
McCaine.
Latinos Creciendo, 602-214-7428. En Latinos Creciendo estamos formando líderes visionarios y mujeres de éxito a nivel mundial. 602-214-7428. 602-214-7428. Únete a este maravilloso grupo de Latinos Creciendo. Y al booth mejor decorado. Este evento es organizado por Latinos Creciendo y auspiciado por Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine. Ya llega el cuarto Expo Negocios by Latinos Creciendo. Separa tu booth y promuévete a ti mismo y a tu negocio. La cita es el sábado 30 de julio de 1 a 6 de la tarde en el Marriott Scottsdale, ubicado en el 5201 Norte Pima Road, Scottsdale, Arizona 85250. Llama ahora mismo a separar tu booth en el 602-214-7428. 602-214-7428. No te lo puedes perder. Estaremos eligiendo al negocio del año, a la mujer empresaria de Arizona, a la mujer empresaria de Arizona Modelo, a la mujer empresaria de Arizona Prestige y al booth mejor decorado. Este evento es organizado por Latinos Creciendo y auspiciado por Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine. Yo soy Transformational Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine, tu coach para tus procesos de crecimiento personal y empresarial. Te prometo que juntos podremos esculpir y sacar a relucir el diamante maravilloso que habita dentro de tu ser. Llama a pedir tu cita personalizada al 602-214-7428 o al 602-472-3107.
Here we are again at Latinos Creciendo with Life Coach Aracelys González de McCaine, asking questions to Angie Amarillas-Mortemore from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and from now Prospanica. We are going to be talking a little bit more about Prospanica, but we are going to continue now with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So there are difficult moments and difficult times in any organization. You are brand new here, but did you have the chance to experience every hard moment in the activity you do in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, or everything has been just like being on a calm ocean?
You know, we work in a very fast-paced environment, so I won't call it a difficulty. Actually, it's like an adrenaline rush, believe it or not, because I believe that you have to go with the flow of the stress. And that's important. So as far as difficult moments, no.
Okay.
You've learned to work with the flow.
Go with the flow, and that's a beautiful expression. I love to pronounce that one. I keep it in head all the time. But let's talk about accomplishments. You as a person, what is the biggest accomplishment you have had being in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce?
I believe the biggest accomplishment that I've done is actually getting my education, my Bachelor in Social Work, my MBA, and I believe that's a true gift to actually give to your children. And for the fact being that that's a reflection, a great reflection, because, you know, now my children think about college, and I think that's important. The most beautiful gift is actually giving of yourself.
That's very interesting. So let's talk about the future projects from you in the Hispanic, because I need to be clear. We are talking now about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, but then we are going to be talking about your other organization. So in this moment, future plans, what is in perspective right now?
I don't really know. I do know that it's going to be great and powerful. It could be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You never know where your calling is going to take you. I believe that my calling is to help people. That's huge, whether it be at the chamber or with Prospanica. But just being involved in the community. And I do a lot of outreach. We do a lot in the community. So to me, that is the calling. And I would say that's the flow that I'm going through, the journey. And to say what's my ultimate goal, I'm not sure. Just to make sure that I'm a people person and I'm out here to help people, whether it be a business, personal, professional.
That's very interesting. So I consider this is the time for us to finish talking about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. The only thing is, if you have something extra to tell us, feel free to mention it anytime, okay? But now I want to do the transition and go to the Prospanica. So my first question is, why the change? We are business people, and at sometimes it's necessary to do change, to produce those changes. But most of the times we are so familiar with the situation we have been living, and it's very difficult to go into the change. So why changing the name from NSHMBA to Prospanica?
We actually have a press release that shows why the change, and I believe the changes Prospanica is national. They've been around for over 25 years. And one of the things that they did a year ago was how can we reach millennials? How can we reach students? We need a change. And I think with everything, there has to be change, because change is good. The old way of saying, well, this is how we did it, doesn't work anymore. I think it's important to look at the new strategy. Let's move forward. And let's look at these young people, these young students, and let's see how we can market and speak their language. And I'm very excited. At the beginning, I wasn't really sure, but it's one of those things where change needs to happen, because if there's no changes, nothing changes. And so the new branding will bring, not only is it just the core of the MBAs, but it's also the Association of Hispanic Professionals. What that means is we'll be reaching out to all Hispanic professionals, not just the MBA. It'll be the Association of Nurses in the medical field. So I think it's more broader than what it used to be.
That's interesting. Let me see if I understood well. So Prospanica has been there for more than 20 years.
25 years national. At the Phoenix chapter, we have 44 cities that have chapters. We represent the Phoenix chapter, and we've been here for over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Yes.
And the other hand, it was NSHMBA. How old was NSHMBA?
Was the same. It was over 25 years.
So this is like an alliance now?
Yes. All it was a transition to a new rebranding, a new name.
Okay, perfect. That sounds really good. And now, like you said, more people is going to be able to come in. All kind of professionals are invited to to make part of this project, which is not a beginning, it's a continuation of all this.
Correct.
So now let's go. We talk about what the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has to offer. Now, what Prospanica has to offer.
So what Prospanica has to offer is hope for students. There is hope. If students want to go to college, universities, we provide professional workshops. We partner with big corporations like Vanguard to do resume building. We also partner, like for instance, with Cigna. And one of the things that we do is a healthcare summit, because obviously it's important to have your financial, not your financial yes, but your health and wellness. It's very important, because to move forward, you have to be healthy. So we definitely try to cover all the areas, but also whether it be financial literacy, whether it be GMAT resources for students to be able to see, am I ready to go to college? We offer all that. We have a conference every year, and this year we have it in Houston. And one of the things that we do is definitely get the message out that there is hope. We do focus on building building our Latino population in terms of academics and getting the degree, because I think that's important. I think it's important that we provide the mentorship, the internship, and make sure that we are there. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but I believe it takes leaders like us to make this successful.
So, who can benefit? Is there a membership? How this works exactly?
Yes. There's a membership, there's a student membership, obviously that's always very low because a lot of college students, they can't afford it, so it's like a very low, maybe $25, and we offer that in the chamber as well. And then you also have the professional, where it's, people looking for jobs, they can get into the NetPro. It's one of our softwares that we have where you can actually go in and download your resume and look for jobs globally and locally. And also we have you have the lifetime. So if you've been with Hispanic 5 years, you actually become a lifetime for free.
Okay, Angie, this has been a wonderful conversation between you and me. Any word of advice you have for all the entrepreneurs that are there thinking on what to do to begin their business, or on the other hand, thinking how to bring my business into prosperity and how to make it bigger? What is that voice of advice?
I would say reach out to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I would say pick their brains, understand what is it that is necessary for them to become trained and knowledgeable. Obviously knowledge is powerful. Get educated and get to know who's who at what, which agency, because you want to make sure that you're able to pick up the phone and say, this is what I'm looking for. You want those resources at the tip of your hand. So definitely, I would say, reach out. That's huge.
So we have gone to the end of this interview. Please share with us a bye-bye message for our audience.
Sure. I would say reach out to us over at www.arizonahispanicchamberofcommerce.org. I believe that's our website. Our number is 602-279-1800. I would love to speak with you. I think, we're doing great things, and I believe that, you'll see that if you wanted to prosper your business and just to come and see what we do, check us out. Thank you.
I am life coach Aracelys Gonzalez de McCaine, president and founder at Latinos Creciendo, and it's been a pleasure to be here with you. See you later.
Thank you.
Mujer del Año 2016. Life Coach Aracelys Gonzalez de McCaine, presidenta fundadora de Latinos Creciendo, del Grupo Mujeres de Éxito Internacional, de la revista Mujeres Empresarias de Arizona y de Latinos Creciendo TV.network televisión vía Internet. Reconocimiento otorgado por la organización Miss Latinoamérica con motivo del Día Internacional de la Mujer por su destacado aporte en el crecimiento personal y empresarial de la comunidad latina en los Estados Unidos y el mundo. ¡Mil felicitaciones, Life Coach Aracelys Gonzalez de McCaine! ¡Siga cosechando triunfos!
Latinos Creciendo es el único show de radio de talento independiente en el estado de Arizona que recibió credenciales de prensa para la histórica visita del Papa Francisco a los Estados Unidos de septiembre 22 al 29 del 2015. En Latinos Creciendo estamos formando líderes visionarios y mujeres de éxito a nivel mundial. Motívate, empodérate, crece con Life Coach Aracelys Gonzalez de McCaine.
Hemos llegado al final del show favorito de los latinos que están creciendo a lo largo y ancho del mundo. Nuestra cita es el próximo martes de 4 a 5 de la tarde, hora Arizona, Estados Unidos. Los esperamos.